So hello everyone, my name is Jeremy Lipkowitz. Many of you know this because you're friends with me on Facebook. And this week I promised a friend of mine, Brittany Bond, that I would do more live videos. And so I wanted to take this time to just kind of do random live videos a couple times a week and introduce people to the basic concepts in meditation and mindfulness. And the first live video I wanted to do is just the very basics of meditation and really just talking about how to sit in meditation. So this is one of the most common questions I get from beginners who come to my classes, is just not knowing how to sit properly. A lot of us Westerners feel uncomfortable when we come to a meditation class because we just don't know how to sit. We're not used to it. So in this video I'm going to give a few different options for people of how to sit. So the very first thing you can do, probably the easiest way to sit in meditation, is just sitting in a chair, just like this. So a lot of us have this idea that in order to meditate, you need to sit in some funky yoga position, some full lotus posture. And I want to really just make sure everyone's aware that you can practice meditation in any position. So you don't have to be sitting on the ground, you don't have to be in full lotus. You can really just sit comfortably. So mindfulness in particular is about what we're doing with our mind, not with what we're doing with our body. So in terms of sitting in a chair, all you have to do is sit comfortably. A good rule of thumb is to keep your feet flat on the ground and then have your hands be somewhere comfortable. So maybe on the knees, you can have them in the lap, wherever is comfortable for you. And then what you want to do is see if you can have a relatively straight back. So lifting up the spine and then relaxing the shoulders. So you don't want to be too uptight where you feel stressed or anxious, but you don't want to be too relaxed where you're leaning back in the chair, because this can lead to drowsiness. So I recommend actually sitting forward on the chair a bit, where your back is not against the back of the chair, and then just sitting comfortably. And then from here you can close your eyes and do whatever kind of meditation you want to do. So this is one of the easiest ways to sit in meditation, is just sitting in a chair, however feels comfortable. So the next way is actually sitting on the ground. And this is very scary for a lot of people, again, because of the tightness of the hips or pain in the low back. And I can tell you, I have very tight hips and a lot of low back pain. So it took me a long time to figure out some good ways to sit in meditation. But now I do actually know some helpful tips, and I want to share those with you today. So, I'll move my chair to the side. So for sitting on the ground, it can be helpful to have something like a meditation pillow, something like this. But I also want to let you know that everything I'm going to tell you about today, you can also do with something like a yoga block, or some rolled up towels, or the combination of the two. So you can put a towel on a yoga block, and that works really well as a meditation cushion. But if you actually have a meditation cushion, then that will work really well. So a good meditation cushion is one that will be sturdy. So you want it to have some support. If you're sitting on something like a bed pillow and it just sinks right away when you sit on it, then it won't be that helpful. So getting something sturdy really helps. Then I'll show you a few different ways to sit. And the first one I want to talk about is probably the easiest way on your low back and on your hips. And that is in the Zen style, where you actually kind of straddle the cushion. And you just sit like this. And it's quite easy. So your knees are parallel and your legs are out behind you. And then your hands, again, you can just rest them gently somewhere. And this is a very comfortable way. As you can see, my spine is lifted and my legs are relaxed. So this is called the Zen style or straddle position. You can give it a shot. The next is what we more classically think of in meditation. And so you'll put your cushion down. And there's a couple ways. One is to sit in what's called the Burmese Style, which is to have one shin in front of the other. And if you're flexible enough to do this, then it's a really comfortable way to sit. Another thing you can do is try putting one foot on top of the other shin, and this might be helpful also. And then the last thing I'll recommend is what's called the Thai style of sitting, which is to have one foot behind the other. And this is a great way to sit also, because what happens is it actually pushes your spine to one side, and that might be you might think that would be uncomfortable, but what's cool about this position is that you can just transition from one side to the other every 15 or 20 minutes. So after a while you can switch, you go to the other side, and it provides a nice balance. So the most important thing with sitting on a cushion on the ground is really getting that lift. A lot of times you'll see people come to a meditation class, especially guys like me with tight hips, and you'll see us sit down on the ground and our knees are pointed up like this, and we're just struggling to survive. You know, we're almost falling over backwards. And what happens when we sit like this with our knees pointed up is there's a lot of pressure on the low back and on the spine. So the higher up you can get with some nice support like that, the easier it will be on your spine. You can sit very comfortably like this. So that's a quick intro on a few different ways to sit. And the one last thing I'll say is that in meditation, again, it's really not about what position your body is in. Meditation and mindfulness is really about what you're doing with your mind, how you're paying attention to what's going on. So you don't have to do it sitting at all. You can do it standing, you can go for a walk, you can go for a mindful swim. There's a lot of ways to practice meditation. So that's my little intro, my little spiel on sitting meditation. And this was mostly for my friend Brittany, who really encouraged me to do some more live videos. So thank you, Brittany, for that. And I'll be coming out with a bunch more live videos in the next couple weeks, just to introduce some basic concepts in meditation and mindfulness and how to practice. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below and I'll get back to them. And let me see, there might be some already. Yep. Yeah, just a lot of thumbs up. So, thank you for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day and take care. Bye.